Hello Internet and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions, the channel where we suspend our disbelief better than Houdini on a dining chair. Today we're going to be covering a video that has been hotly requested in the comments section, and I'm incredibly excited to have the honour of delivering such an interesting request. My name's Jack Finch and today I'll be your host as we ask, what if the SCP Foundation was real? Before we jump on in, guys, I want to have a quick chinwag about Quid. If you didn't know, Quid is an awesome app that allows you to collect stickers, gifts, cards and even 3D figures for absolutely free right there on your phone. It's got your favourite shows, Rick and Morty, Adventure Time, Steven Universe, and recently they've added some insanely popular additions, Transformers and My Little Pony. You just know that friendship is magic. They've got every show, game and pop culture reference imaginable, and I challenge you to find one that's not on there, because it is. I've checked. Even better news, there's fresh new releases every single day, and they keep their content stacked higher than a flamingo on stilts. We're going to leave a custom link just for you in the description box down below. So go ahead, give Quid a quick try and you'll soon have an army-sized collection of stickers, figures and cards that you can show to the world. Much love. Also, make sure to share this video with your friends, family and even your most hated enemies, because nothing unites people better than a hypothetical debate. So without further delay, let's begin, shall we? The SCP Foundation stands for either Secure, Contain, Protect or Special Containment Procedures, depending on which level of SCP employee that you ask and which of them knows their mission statement from their Mount Golgotha. In essence, the SCP Foundation is a secret organization whose sole responsibility is to contain individuals, entities, locations and objects that violate natural law and life as we know it. This responsibility is entrusted to them by multiple governments across the planet, and they maintain their objective on a global scale, working within the shadows of modernity to protect humanity's sense of reality and normalcy. Let's segue though, because in real reality, the SCP Foundation is a fictional body of web-based collaborative writers who, over the course of 10 years, have established one of the largest shared fictional universes in history, which contains thousands of separate creative pieces. It's staggering how much depth this fictional world has, and the SCP community and its moderators are notoriously strict with their quality control standards, and anything that appears to be subpar is quickly removed. The SCP Foundation first sprouted into life on the X forum of 4chan, an interesting backwater of the internet dedicated to all things paranormal. The first canonized post, SCP-173, was posted in 2007, and thus the crazy, creepy, and oftentimes confusing fictional world was given life. So let's step into that world then and speculate the real world implications of this secret, shadowy SCP Foundation. First, we have to address the possibility of a secret organization actually existing, because as history has taught us, they definitely can and do. In 1945, the Manhattan Project was well underway, and it is estimated that no more than a few dozen people in the entire world knew the full meaning of its objective. It is believed that more than 100,000 people were employed to work on the Manhattan Project, and were warned that if anything leaked, it was punishable by a 10-year prison sentence and a $100,000 fine. You might not think it, but that's enough to make people keep their mouths shut, and their employees worked away in secrecy like moles in the dark. So the SCP Foundation, which in actual fact has quite an honourable objective, keep the world safe from paranormal entities which would otherwise make life pretty damn rotten. It wouldn't be absurd to believe that its employees understood the importance of secrecy. Imagine a grizzled old veteran, he's been on the job nearly 30 years and he's seen stuff that would make your Rice Krispies snap, crackle and rot. He's sat at the bar knocking back a large Lagavulin, and all the locals have no idea that this guy saves them from unspeakable horrors like most people do their laundry. Yeah, at the start, fear of imprisonment and large fines would have been the SCP's way of keeping its staff stum, but over time they'd have created quiet superheroes who just get the job done. The SCP Foundation mission statement speaks of humanity's ancient battle with the paranormal. In it, it's said that early humanity huddled around small fires, fearing the things that they didn't understand. Evil creatures, gods and demons, begging them to spare us. But as time went on, evil dwindled and humanity rose up, making sense of the unexplained, the absurd and the impossible. They say that while the rest of mankind dwells in the light, the SCP Foundation stands in the darkness to fight it, contain it, and shield it from the eyes of the public. So imagine waking up every morning and that's your reason to get up and go to work. Yeah, no one's going to be whistleblowing at the SCP Foundation. Those guys are stone cold, unappreciated, unrelenting badasses. They're not going to be running their mouths to anyone. But let's continue the speculation and let's imagine a scenario where an SCP entity got out. Because currently in the Foundation containment is an SCP that could potentially bring ruin to the whole organization. SCP-139 is a poorly preserved hominid skull that is locked deeply away in an unopenable room under constant 24/7 armed guard. Why? Well, the SCP Foundation doesn't really know. They don't really even know what it is, but they're absolutely terrified of it. SCP-139 has been found throughout history at the site of multiple mass slaughters. In England, roughly around the 1950s, after explorer Douglas Winthrop had found the skull on an expedition, and then he slaughtered 7 of his friends after succumbing to madness. Then it popped back up many years later in the Yukon, in the community of Caribou Crossing, where the whole town was brutally murdered and stacked in a large pile at the center of the town's chapel. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds like a Chekhov's gun that's just waiting to go off. So let's imagine then the SCP Foundation is in tatters. Hundreds of its staff have succumbed to the school's madness, slaughtering each other after a reckless employee accidentally opened the wrong door. That'd attract some attention, right? Well, maybe it would be picked up by a keen-eyed journalist waiting to break the story of a lifetime. But the SCP Foundation would just sweep it under the rug. They'd mechanize their multiple contingency plans that had been meticulously mapped out in case of such a crisis. They'd seal the whole building with cement and make out that a research lab had spilled some radioactive material and people would just move on, no questions. Because it's crazy to think, but cover-ups are actually pretty simple. Area 51, Watergate, the whole of the CIA, hell, we've already said the Manhattan Project. It's already played out in real time throughout history. And they're just the ones that have inevitably surfaced. What else is out there lurking in a manila dossier in a long forgotten filing cabinet? So, we know it's just pure nonsense, right? Or just maybe there's some version of the SCP Foundation quietly operating in the shadows as we speak, protecting us from ancient evils and paranormal anomalies. Would we even want to know? Shouldn't we just let them get on with their job? I've probably already said too much. Well, thanks for sticking around, guys. Once again, a sincere thank you to Quid for sponsoring this video. Make sure to hit the custom link in the box down below. You've been watching Life's Biggest Questions. I've been your host, Jack Finch, and remember, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Take it easy.